Should you hire an attorney for a DUI? Absolutely. You absolutely should hire an attorney for a DUI. And I'm not just saying that because I am a criminal defense attorney, but I am. But there's three huge reasons why a person should hire an attorney when accused of a DUI. Number one, a DUI causes immediate effect on a person's driver's license. At the initial hearing for a DUI charge, a judge is going to take a person's license to drive. An attorney can file something called specialized driving privileges. They can get a hearing with the judge. They can talk with the prosecutor ahead of time. What will or will not the prosecutor agree to let the person drive while the case is pending? It's called specialized driving privileges, and ideally it's for life's necessities. If the prosecutor and the defense attorney can agree on what they can drive, then we can maybe avoid having a hearing. If the prosecutor and defense attorney cannot agree on the limitations of that driving, there's often going to be a hearing with a judge. And then the judge will listen to arguments and evidence on why and where and how often and the times of why a person needs to drive while the case is pending. And then the judge has 100% discretion to allow that person who's accused of DUI to drive or not drive. And remember, at this point, it's just an accusation. No one's been convicted of anything. But driver's licenses are seen as a privilege in the state of Indiana. And an attorney can help a person maximize the chances they can stay on the road while the case is pending. Number two, a DUI case is absolutely just full of giant pitfalls. Every DUI starts as a C misdemeanor, maximum time in jail is 60 days. It jumps to an A misdemeanor, maximum time in jail is 1 year. And there's even level 4 felonies if something terrible, terrible, terrible happens in a DUI. And then some people are, well, Mark, this is my first DUI. I'm not going to really go to jail. There are counties in Indiana where a judge wants a person to go to jail. There's even more reasonable counties where if a person is going X amount of miles over the speed limit, judges want jail. There's so many variables with every DUI. So jail is never usually off the table, 100%. But even if jail is not likely, there's still probation. There's still a post-conviction license suspension. There's still negotiations that take place on the behalf of the person accused. And then an experienced DUI attorney can actually look at the case itself and figure out if there's any type of holes. We can actually try to get a person out of the DUI or some sort of lesser included charge. So yes, that's the second reason why a person absolutely needs an attorney for a DUI charge. The third reason, and this is something that I've seen, I've experienced as a prosecutor in a past life. When a person hires an attorney, when that person comes into court with their own attorney, it sends a powerful message to the judge and the prosecutor that that person is taking the case seriously. As a prosecutor, I hated it when people were like, I don't need an attorney, just a DUI, I'll represent myself. I'd smile because that person would have a really bad day. And I'm not the same person I was when I was a prosecutor, but I hated people didn't take it seriously. I was a lawyer. I went to law school. This was my job at the time. And then judges know when a person doesn't have an attorney, their day and their staff's day is going to be a lot harder because a person has no idea what to do in court. And it's not anyone's job to teach that person. And now, some people can't afford an attorney, and that's why there's public defenders, and they're going to ask questions in court. Where do you work? How much do you earn? X, Y, and Z. If the person can't afford an attorney will be appointed for them. But again, when a person walks into court with their own attorney, it sends such a powerful message to the judge and the prosecutor. That person is taking the case seriously. And then there's a bonus fourth reason. Attorney can have a person do things ahead of time that will make them look good in the eyes of the judge and prosecutor. This law firm has a checklist of things we want our clients to do ahead of time, oftentimes before the first court date, so to put that client in the absolute best light of the judge and the prosecutor. So yes, a person should absolutely hire an attorney for a DUI. If you or a loved one has been accused of a DUI, give me a call, 317-632-3642. I would love to talk to you about your options and case and all the other fun stuff. But most importantly, remember to always plead the fifth.